The real estate license exam is required for every sales agent applicant. Before you can take the state license exam, you need to complete the sales agent pre-license course and get your Canada Education Certifying document. With this document, you can now schedule a time to take the exam. It is administered or proctored through the Pearson VUE Test Centers, and they offer testing 6 days a week throughout the day, depending on availability. You may need to schedule up to 2 weeks in advance, so plan ahead. They won't accept walk-ins. When you arrive, they will ask you for your Canada Education Certifying document and 2 forms of ID. The primary ID must be a photo ID issued by the government, such as a driver's license or a passport. The second form of ID must contain a signature, such as a social security card or a debit card or a credit card. You can also use another primary ID as your secondary. The name on your ID must match your education document, so check with your pre-licensed school before you schedule the exam. They recommend you arrive 30 minutes before the scheduled exam time so that you can get signed in and ready for the test. You will need to answer the qualifying questions, which you should have seen before you began your pre-license course. You cannot bring anything into the testing room with you, and they will provide a locker for you to leave your phone, keys, wallet, and any other personal items. They will provide a basic calculator and a scratch pad to work out calculations during the exam. You will take the exam on a computer, and you will be presented 1 question at a time, and all the questions on the exam are multiple choice with 4 answers to choose from. The system will allow you to move forward and backward through the questions, so you can skip questions you're unsure of and come back to them later. They also allow you to mark questions that you want to come back to. The exam is a total of 130 questions and is divided into general questions and Utah questions. The general section is first and has 80 questions, and the Utah section has 50 questions. During the general part of the exam, you can browse forward and back through the questions freely, and when you're complete with the general section, you can mark it as complete, and then you'll be allowed to begin the Utah section of the exam. The Utah exam will have questions relating to the closing disclosure and questions about the real estate purchase contract, or the REPC. They will provide a sample contract for each of these documents that you can refer to as you answer questions about the sample transaction. There are always a few questions on the exam that are included on a trial basis that do not count against your score. They are simply testing how well the question performs before they decide if they want to include it in the regular exam. So don't worry too much if you see a few questions that don't seem familiar. You will have 4 hours to complete the exam. When you are done, they will tell you immediately if you passed. They will provide you with a Utah real estate license application, and if you take the exam in Utah, they will also take your fingerprints. You can then go apply for your real estate license directly on the Division of Real Estate website. You have 90 days after you complete your exam to get your real estate license. If you fail the exam, they will provide some information about how well you did in different categories. You can refer to the exam content outline to see what information is included in that section to help you study as you prepare to return and take the license exam again. You can take the exam as often as you like, but you will need to pay each time that you do. Once you pass the license exam, you are ready to take the next step and begin your career as a new real estate agent.